John Popley, President and CEO of Lake Forest Graduate School of Management.
Good morning. Please be seated. Well, we have to hope for a little bit of, we have some liquid sunshine today, Chicago liquid sunshine. Hopefully by the time we have the reception, things will clear up a little bit. But we'll make our own sunshine today, right, everybody? Right. All right. Well, welcome. It is my privilege to begin Lake Forest Graduate School of Management's 2010 commencement exercises. Thank you, spouses, children, parents, grandparents, friends, and business associates for joining our faculty, staff, and board of directors in celebrating the successful completion of the MBA program by the candidates assembled here today. This is a particularly noteworthy occasion because these graduates have had to sustain a high level of commitment and perseverance to achieve this goal. Their dedication to personal and professional growth has impacted everyone in this auditorium, most notably themselves. Graduates, Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, "One's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions." And for the last 2 to 4 years, you have been opening your minds to new ways of thinking. Your minds have been expanded to encompass new ideas and perspectives that will forever impact your lives and your careers, possibly in ways you've never even imagined. You are a different and better person than you were when you started your MBA program, and you have made an important and critical investment. And as Ben Franklin said, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. So congratulations to each one of you. We honor you for your personal and professional growth and achievements and encourage you to continue stretching your mind and making meaningful contributions to your profession and your community. A round of applause for all of you. Since 1978, Lake Forest Graduate School of Management has presented the Distinguished Executive Award to an exceptional business leader who unmistakably demonstrates managerial excellence and has been an exemplar of the highest performance standards and business ethics. Recipients of this award demonstrate exceptional business leadership ability as well as a connection to their community. This year, we are pleased to honor Michael W. Englehart with the Distinguished Executive Award. For the past 15 years, Mr. Englehart has been a leader and important contributor in healthcare, one of the nation's largest growing industries. In 2009, he became president of South Suburban Advocate Hospital. That appointment made him the youngest hospital president in Advocate healthcare history. And as president of South Suburban Advocate Hospital, Mr. Englehart plays a critical role in the Advocate healthcare system, the largest not-for-profit provider of healthcare in the state of Illinois. In his role, he heads the leading provider of state-of-the-art healthcare for Chicago's south suburbs. Mr. Englehart is without a doubt a distinguished executive, which is why we recognize him today. He is also, and I say this with great pride, an alumnus of Lake Forest Graduate School of Management. While a student at LFGSM, he gained the confidence and competence to make significant and measurable contributions, which he obviously has put to work. He earned his Lake Forest graduate degree with high honors in 2002. He also holds a Master of Arts degree from Lewis University in Romeoville and a Bachelor of Arts degree from Northern Illinois University in DeKalb. Mr. Englehart is a contributing member of the community as well. He is a chapter leader for the American Heart Association. He is a board member at his church and involved in his local youth soccer and baseball organizations. It is my honor to present to you Mr. Michael W. Englehart, the 2010 Distinguished Executive Award.
I'd like to start by thanking the Board of Directors, the President, and the faculty for this Distinguished Executive Award for 2010. It's also a privilege to be asked to give the commencement speech at any graduation, but this is special for me as a recent graduate from the school. This also marks the first time an alumni has been given the honor. Just 8 years ago, I was sitting where you are now. My wife Terry and I had all 3 of our children at the time in attendance at the ceremony. Nora, our oldest, was 5. Tom was a rambunctious 3.5. And Bridget was just 2 months old. I'm sorry, Mary, you missed that show, but you're here today. You know, that's why it's so great about this graduation. It marks an accomplishment not only for you, but for your family. Your friends as well. They know what it's like to see you work very hard to pursue your dream, and today they get to share in this important milestone in your professional career. It's also very important to acknowledge your families for the sacrifices they made to help you get to this day. At this point, let's have a round of applause for your families. As you move forward in your careers, please make sure you take those mental timeouts to ensure you are setting aside enough quality time for your families. It's far too easy to get absorbed in work and to bring those stresses home. Many times, it's easier for you to spend an extra hour or 2 in the office when in fact the best time you can spend is with your family, a son or daughter, seeing them through some of their most important moments in their life. Last week, I pulled out my old books and binders from my classes while attending Lake Forest Graduate School. Yes, I'm a bit of a geek, but I truly enjoyed the journey and found the material and case studies helpful to this day. When he asked, how would you describe the Lake Forest experience, I quickly share it was rewarding. Start with the students. On average, the Lake Forest students have at least 15 years of business experience, with most already climbing the corporate ladder. The eclectic group of students, ranging from Fortune 500 companies to non-for-profits to entrepreneurs, help to make group discussions lively and always interesting. Another key differentiator is the faculty. They are proven leaders in their field who are passionate about teaching and sharing real-life practical experience. The marriage of real-life experience and business theory is what has been the staple of Lake Forest experience and what has allowed myself to excel and also for you. For me, personally, 3 classes stood out due to the lessons learned as well as the content and the challenge they presented to me. The first class I felt was incredibly helpful was leading organizational change. At that time, it was taught by Sue Lawler. The class served as a wake-up call. For me, the change was constant and something that needed to be understood and embraced if I was to be successful as a business leader. I enjoyed the subject matter so much that I went on to pursue another master's degree from Lewis University. The second class that left a mark was the strategic management, taught by Phil Moore. The class was a wonderful marriage of theory and practical work. Who could forget the shoe company game? This is where the class was broken up into several teams and asked to run a company. Let me tell you, when it gets awfully interesting when you take a group of competitive type A personalities and announce that there will be winners and losers. The reality was the experience of implementing strategy for your company and being able to react on the fly was the goal of the game. However, the bragging rights were everything. I swear our strategy was sound until the last week when a typhoon came through South America and knocked out our plans. The third class was Marketing 730 with John Pappas. To that point in my career, I had very little marketing experience, and I underestimated the data gathering, the analysis, the need to truly understand who is the customer and make sure how to position your product, your service, or your company. John was a fair but challenging teacher, and I learned a great deal from him that I currently use today when rolling out our craft and marketing strategy for Advocate South Suburban. As John articulated, I spent most of my career in the healthcare arena, either as a consultant or as a hospital operational leader. I'm pleased Lake Forest has decided to move into the healthcare arena over the past several years because there's tremendous need. Needless to say, healthcare has been a very hot topic of late. With 1 out of every 7 Americans uncovered, it is critical that we come to a positive new reform under the Obama administration. However, there's not an industry that has not been impacted by the recession. So I know you are all living through the sea of change. Your pursuit of an MBA from Lake Forest comes at the most opportune time. I say that because while the speed of change continues to accelerate, there are core principles that have you well positioned as you move forward. Some of the key principles I believe that will serve you well are excellent communication skills, ability to apply business theory to real life issues, and a willingness to lead. I'm confident that Lake Forest helped me to develop this sound business foundation and the confidence to succeed in my career. The willingness to lead is critical, but what type of leader you become is even more important. The last takeaway I would leave with you is the need to be a servant leader. The term comes from Robert Greenleaf, a leader in the field of management. The term servant leader means to first aim to serve others before he or she takes the lead. A simple definition, but a profoundly different way to lead others. The following are some of the key characteristics of a servant leader. 1, a listener, an active listener. Empathy, identifying with the concerns of others. Healing, taking the opportunity to restore others to wholeness. Persuasion, seeks to convince others but not to pull rank. Conceptualization, think beyond the day-to-day concerns to place in context projects that are part of a larger vision. Stewardship, the best use and the highest level of care of what you are placed in trust of. Commitment to grow others. Nurture professional and spiritual growth of others. And building community. Promote opportunities to give back. Today, at this point, you are so grateful you will not have to write another paper or prepare a PowerPoint as part of a class project. And the last thing that you want to think about is what's next. So after you've recharged your battery this summer, reintroduced yourself to your families and friends, read a couple of good books for enjoyment, you might want to consider how you might give back. This is where I believe you have an obligation to share your talent and time. It won't be hard to find the place to give back, that you are making a contribution and you will be a richer person for your efforts. I wish you all the best of luck in your careers. You have worked very hard, and your Lake Forest Graduate School of Management MBA will serve you well. So while today marks a milestone, I think in fact it begins your journey as a servant leader. Congratulations.
Thank you, Michael. That was wonderful.